Hi, I bid you welcome to another episode of Marty's Mail Room. Today I'm going to talk a little about the writing process and how you can plan your project ahead of time and take the things to another level. So when I plan a new project, I always try to figure out what musicians I want to work with and what kind of a plan I need to take in order to get this right. It's also very important if you have a concept and to see where all the guests might fit in your concept. And also it depends really on the situation if you begin with the lyrics first or if you begin with the music first. Could be vice versa. Depends entirely on the project and the song. When it comes to writing music, I always plug in my guitar and just jam away and see where it might lead. I may be sitting for hours on end just to see if there's a riff I can use, or maybe there's a lyric to go with it. So I just keep writing and just see where it takes me. When I'm writing lyrics, I almost always have a concept already in mind, and it depends entirely on what kind of mood I'm in, but almost always I have a concept already in mind. Except those two first albums with Thundermaker did not have concept. Each song was their own thing really, and was songs about a person in each one. So nowadays I always have a concept already in mind, so I tend to think a lot about that when writing lyrics. When it comes to naming of the title, I always tend to see what I can find in the lyrics first, and if there's something I can go on. And but often I have named the song before I write the lyrics. Actually, I already know the concept and what it's going to be about. So it can be a little bit tricky. So just see what you can come up with. As far as arrangement goes, I always tend to hear what kind of riff that fits in each place, so to speak. So there's a riff that's a little bit of the faster side. Could be a great opening, or it could be a great bridge. It all depends on what you want and what direction you want this song to take. So it all depends on each person's taste and emotions, you know. So there's no limits. Just find your way, your path, and make something good out of it. When it comes to lead, I take those things in bites, and for example, if there's a solo section which is divided up into 8 parts, I loop just half of the track and just sit there and jam and see what I can come up with. Usually I start with the first part and just go to the second and see if I can combine the two, and do the same with the next part and the next and the next and so on. That's my way. When I write songs, I always tend to make each instrument stand out on their own. So, for example, if the guitar plays one part, I always like to play maybe the bass in a different way, or the key section, or the drum part can play a totally different beat, but just as long as it fits the song, it's cool. But I think it's very important that each instrument play their own part to make each instrument stand out, and for that I think makes for a better song. It's also very cool to have one guitar play one part and the other guitar play another, and the bass plays a third one, and so on. Back in the day, I got a lot of flack from some big names in the industry. We all have to start somewhere, remember that. And it was mostly for not being of great quality, but as long as you have a name, it doesn't matter how bad of quality you can have, because you have a big name, so there's no ill will towards you. But if you don't have a name, it's much easier to give someone a bad rap, because he hasn't made a name for himself yet. So it's something to think about, you know. But just try to, yeah, play it simple as much as you can, and don't try to listen to as much for harsh criticism or stuff like that. Criticism can be good if it's constructive, like I mentioned in my earlier videos, but just to blame someone because that person messed up in the recording process is not cool. So just try to be a little bit careful when it comes to that. Just record and keep it in sync as much as you can. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and always like and subscribe and share it amongst your friends, and see you next time. Take care. Bye.